Hello everyone. We have a question. It says that the polynomial ax cube minus 10x square plus bx plus 8, where a and b are constant, is denoted by px. It is given that x minus 2 is a factor of both px and p. We have a dash at the top over here which represents a derivative. So derivative of px. That means this x plus 2 is a factor of both this polynomial px and the derivative of the same polynomial px. According to the question, find the values of a and b. Very simple question. X plus 2 is a factor, that means the remainder would be 0. We don't have to go for division process because the factor that they have given us is not a quadratic factor, it is a linear factor. So we don't have to go for division process. We can simply write x minus 2 is equal to 0, and we can say that x is equals to 2 because it is a factor of polynomial and the derivative of the polynomial. So we have to go for both of them, for the polynomial as well as the derivative of the polynomial. So taking x is equals to 2 and placing it in the polynomial instead of x and making it equal to 0. Why? Because it is a factor, therefore the remainder would be 0. Factor means the remainder is 0, and after simplifying it we get a condition 8a plus 2b is equals to 32. We can further divide so that we could have a simplified equation which is 4a plus b is equals to 16. Now according to the question, it also said that it is also x minus 2 is also a factor of the derivative of px. So first of all, let's find the derivative of px. Px is equals to ax cube minus 10x square plus bx plus 8, and by writing the derivative of it, this 3a with x square and then minus 10 times 2 is 20x, and for bx it would be b, and definitely when we get the derivative of 8 it is 0. So definitely this is the derivative 3ax square minus 20x plus b. According to the statement, x minus 2 is also a derivative, is also a factor of its derivative. So placing the same value of x is equals to 2 in this derivative form and making it equal to 0. Why making it equal to 0? Because it is also a factor of that, and when it is a factor the remainder is 0. Placing the value of x as 2, getting another equation in the form of a and b. Now we have two equations in the form of a and b. It is totally up to us whether we wanted to go for elimination method or the substitution method and get the values of a and b. So if we go for like elimination method, 4a plus b is equals to 16 and 12a plus b is equals to 40, and we can see that the coefficient of b are same but they have the same sign. So simply go for subtraction, change the sign so that we could cancel out the b, get the value of a. 4a minus 12a becomes negative 8a, 16 minus 40 is negative 24, and from here we have a is equals to negative 24 divided by negative 8, which is positive 3. Placing this value of a in any of the equation, whether equation 1 or equation 2. For example, if we take 1, 4a plus b is equals to 16. At the place of a it is 3. After simplification b becomes 4, and finally we are done with the values of a and b, which are 3 and 4. In the b part it says that when a and b have these values, factorize px completely. Px means the polynomial. That means when a and b have these values, so just place the values of a and b in that particular given polynomial which is given in the question, which is ax cube. Instead of a, write 3, so write 3x cube and then minus 10x square like over here, and plus bx. Instead of b I am writing 4x because the value of b is 4 plus 8. Question says that factorize completely. Because it is a cubic equation, definitely it will have 3 factors, and according to the question, factorize completely, that means you have to find all the 3 factors, and just one factor has been given in the question, which is x minus 2. We have to find the remaining 2 factors. So very simple, just divide the given polynomial with the factor that has been given in the question x minus 2, so that by the division process we could get a quadratic factor at the top, and after that we could further like factorize it and get the remaining two factor. So simply go on with the division process, x multiplied with 3x square to get 3x cube, and similarly this 3x square when multiplied by this negative 2 would be negative 6x square. So just write negative 6x square below the x squared term, change the sign as per rule, after that cancel it, and this minus 10 plus 6 would be negative 4x square, this positive 4x plus 8 over here, follow the same process, x, and you have to multiply with something so that you get minus 4x square. So just multiply this x with minus 4x, you get negative 4x square, and then multiply the same negative 4x with positive 2, it becomes positive 8x. Minus times minus is plus, 4 times 2 is 8x, so writing positive 8x, changing the sign, this negative become positive, positive becomes negative, cancel it out, and this they are like terms, x and x, plus 4 minus 8 is minus 4x, positive 8 over here, and finally multiply this x with what value so that you get this negative 4x, and definitely x multiplied by minus 4 becomes minus 4x, and this negative 4 when multiplied by negative 2 would become positive 8, and after changing the sign, negative becomes positive, we can see both of them are cancelled and the remainder is 0, and definitely it should be 0. Why it should be 0? Because according to the statement, this x minus 2 is a factor of the polynomial, and when x minus 2 is a factor of the polynomial, that means the remainder will be 0. So after getting the remainder as 0, we have got a quadratic factor also. That means x minus 2 is a factor, and that is also a quadratic factor. That means if you multiply this linear factor with this quadratic factor, you get the same cubic factor which was in the question. Because it was mentioned factorize completely, so simply now use a middle term break, or you can go for the factorization process, and then get the two factors from this particular quadratic, and after using the middle term break process, we can see that we have further divided this quadratic into further two factors. So this x minus 2 is here, and after like factorizing these two, we got another two factor as x minus 2 and 3x plus 2. Because they both are same x minus 2, we can write them in a square form, and 3x plus 2, and finally we are done with factorizing completely, and we have got the three factors. 2 are x minus 2 factors, and 3x plus 2, we have got the three factors for the given cubic polynomial.